and gentlemen, please welcome Mary to the stage.
All right. Thank you. Can I just say, too, I thought I had the greatest shoes for tonight. Who's going to compete with that? But I will also say, since we are a nonprofit business cooperative and we're trying to raise money, I will be happy to sell these shoes because they look good, but they're very pinchy. All right. And because I'm a writer, I'm keeping notes. Okay. So, we're with the North Carolina Newsroom Cooperative. Think about, this is not me in childhood, but I kind of wish I had a hat like that. Think about your first day of work on the job that you knew was going to be your career. Endless possibilities. It's a limitless journey, right? So exciting. Well, for journalists and nonfiction storytellers, every single day is like that. That is the enduring magic of telling real stories and other people's stories. But it is the only thing that is enduring about the business of storytelling that we do right now. Let me show you. All right. 80, 60 years ago, this is what a newsroom looked like. Bunch of white guys, clickety-clack of typewriters, no women really, and it's kind of funny, tonight is me and a bunch of guys telling stories, right? Again, maybe some things are enduring. Okay, 20 years ago, this was what a newsroom looked like when I started. They were bursting at the seams with people, led by print with broadcast and film growing. News business was wealthy, it was secure, and looking back now, it was pretty smug. Let me show you what newsrooms look like today. Empty. In North Carolina, the two biggest newsrooms, the Charlotte Observer and the News and Observer, both right now are going through massive changes. The Charlotte Observer has sold their building. They are moving into new, much smaller offices. The News and Observer, where I spent 13 years as a reporter and a columnist, what once spread across 3 floors and a couple outposts, now the entire newsroom does not even take up 1 floor, everybody. I'm just going to drop my pages like that. Okay, so all these institutions of nonfiction storytellers, they are shrinking while our state's population grows. There are more stories about our communities and more people who want to see, listen, and read about them. But here's the good news. There is no shortage of people who want to tell these stories, who are finding forums and resources to do it. I used to be a journalist. Today, call me an entrepreneur. With my colleague, Seth Efron, who is standing right here, an early adopter of the journalist entrepreneur role, and media lawyer Hugh Stevens, we've launched the North Carolina Newsroom Cooperative. It's a niche co-working space, but a whole lot more, and it's for unaffiliated journalists and nonfiction storytellers right here at the Frontier. We are in temporary space down the hall at the space called the Studio. Okay, so news gathering. You know, we offer up the first draft of history, explaining events, revealing other people's views accurately and ethically. The basics remain constant, but how these stories are told and the medium where the tales flow has undergone dramatic change in the last decade. For storytellers, these changes have been tectonic. How we work, where we work, if we work. Growing areas of North Carolina are now considered news deserts, and this is the story we're working on now. We're trying to create an environment for journalist entrepreneurs to experiment, to tell stories that change people and motivate us to make our communities better, to move beyond superficial clickbait and find the places where creativity and a sustainable business can intersect. All right. Sorry, hang on. Oh, he's just fighting me. Okay. A growing group, a diverse community of journalists, broadcasters, documentarians, podcasters, publishers, university faculty, and corporate executives have come together on this mission to extend the reach and value of quality storytelling about and across North Carolina. We're a nonprofit business cooperative whose members share their time and talents to improve the work, who agreed to abide by a set of professional standards and transparency to make our group something of a good housekeeping seal of approval. We're a co-working space, but we're a whole lot more. We arrange and produce educational and professional development to try and make people better journalists and better business people. Here's the big deal, you guys. Content is not context. You know, we're not like clickbait and little pigs in dresses. I love to look at it, but what does that do to explain the world to me? Stories are a means to help all of us make sense of the world. It's the one thing that truly sets us apart from everyone else, and the one thing that can take us out of ourselves to experience for a moment another point of view. We believe story is currency. We should value it accordingly, and right here in the Triangle, we have all the kinds of people who can figure out a better way to do that. Thanks to the Oscar-winning movie Spotlight, journalists are having a brief moment again. It's a wonderful movie, and Marty Barron, the guy who was the editor of the Spotlight team, came down and he did a Q&A for us at a special screening of the movie. But after months of thinking, planning, and organizing, we're open this week, open today, elected our board of directors, and we hope that you guys will come by and visit us and join us on this journey.